yes, we have the rules, but what do the rules say?
Yeah.
There is a gap between the rules and the implementation of what the laws say.
Yeah.
In school, we have rules. Outside in the constitution, we have laws.
Yeah.
But then the Ministry of Education should think about drug addiction as a serious thing that needs them to go back to drawing board and come up with real strategies that are not going to just admonish or rebuke these culprits and victims of drug addictions.
Hi everyone, my name is Hopi from Drugs Hapana. We are going to be having a one-on-one conversations with some of the teachers, and they are going to be telling us what they think about mental health and drugs. Here with me is an amazing gentleman. He is going to be telling us what he thinks about drug misuse and mental health in schools. Please introduce yourself to our viewers, sir.
Well, my name is Chisoda Daniel Mujasi, a teacher of English language and literature at Mount St. Henry's High School, Mukono.
We are very humbled to have you here, sir. So when we talk about mental health and drug abuse, what do we really mean?
Well, firstly, the pleasure is mine. I am very grateful and delighted to be chanced with this opportunity
Yes,
to
sir.
speak about such an intricate matter. Speaking about mental health basically refers to the emotional, psychological, and social well-being that influences or affects how we think, feel,
Yeah.
and act.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why do you think more people are getting too exposed to drugs so early?
Well, people, basically in a school context, I
Yeah.
would love to speak about learners or students in schools.
Yeah.
In schools, basically, we are affected by two broad factors, push or pull factors that influence how fast learners get exposed to drugs.
Yeah.
The very first one is the media. In school, we have what we call, in pedagogy, modern teaching, we have what we call the monkey see, monkey do approach.
Yeah.
This basically entails that learners are predisposed to copy and paste what they see on social media platforms like X, like Twitter, rather like X, like Instagram, like TikTok, and many others.
Yeah.
So they are basically going to copy and paste that into their real life. Basically, since they're copying this from celebrities, role models,
Yeah.
and influential people in society,
Yeah.
not knowing that not everything they copy is good for them given their age.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
So when we talk about drugs and mental health, we always advise these young people to seek guidance and counseling, to reach out to mentors, for help. But then it turns out these are not safe spaces anymore for the young people to freely talk about this issue. What do you think we can do to change that?
All right. As a teacher, I would basically recommend three major ones.
Yeah.
A self-sensitization, sensitization about drugs, but not basically about just the effects of drugs.
Yeah.
But some learners could be on drugs, but not knowing
Already.
that these are drugs. These are things that are going to become an addiction
Yeah.
today or tomorrow, and they will cause life-threatening long-term effects. For example, I would say there are certain things that learners may take today or tomorrow, and maybe they make them feel good temporarily, but in the long term, they forget that can easily become a drug,
Yeah, an
and in the
addiction.
long run, they will be addicted to it,
Yeah.
and they can't stop. Secondly, I would recommend advocacy. Advocacy not only to us as curriculum implementers, but
Yeah.
to school authorities, management, the Ministry of Education. Yes, we have the rules, but what do the rules say?
Yeah.
There is a gap between the rules and the implementation of what the laws say.
Yeah.
In school, we have rules. Outside in the constitution, we have laws.
Yeah.
But then the Ministry of Education should think about drug addiction as a serious thing that needs them to go back to drawing board and come up with real strategies that are not going to just admonish or rebuke these culprits and victims of drug addictions,
Yeah.
but also I think going on to the very last strategy, restoration. How do we restore a broken heart? How do we redeem a broken soul? Behind that student that is addicted to drugs is a soul. Behind that student that is addicted to drugs is a parent's effort, trying to sponsor them, trying to pay fees in hope that these children are going to, at one point, take care of them in their old age of life. So I'm thinking that if we can talk about remedies that restore hope, remedies that are going to make sure that we do not indefinitely suspend, we do not expel from school, but we come up with a rehabilitation program, a mentorship program that is intended to see that we do not just rebuke drug addiction, we do not just eliminate drug addiction, but we come up with a long-term plan to ensure that we change the mindset, we change the personality and general thinking of the youth.
Speaking of that, when we bring sensitization into schools, we get to see that teachers are actually doing a very good job. A round of applause to our teachers. But we have an issue that parents abasinga tebafuddeyo about this issue. So you find that students are not free at home the way they are at school, and also parents do not give them enough time to listen, to sit down with them, have a one-on-one conversation, to get to know what is really going on in their child's life. Please look into the camera and tell those parents we are coming for them.
Well, one, they say that education is an investment that pays the best interest. But again, that's what they say. Dear parents, I am a parent myself, by the way. We are investing quite a lot in these children. We are investing both time and finances and resources, but we should not forget that our presence in the physical life of our children matters quite a bunch. When you neglect your child, when you don't avail your time physically in a child's life, you are going to, you're not going to see what they do beyond your eye. There is far more than meets the eye. We need to swing into action. We need to follow up our children, but endeavor to be a counselor. Speak as a parent, not as a tormentor. Do not be the executor. Do not blame. Approach them like a friend. Understand them within their age bracket. They will confide in you. They will tell you about who is trying to influence them, and you will have a ground, especially in as far as where to start from is concerned. Yes, we have the rules, but what do the rules say? There is a gap between the rules and the implementation of what the laws say. In school, we have rules. Outside in the Constitution, we have laws. But then the Ministry of Education should think about drug addiction as a serious thing that needs them to go back to drawing board and come up with real strategies that are not going to just admonish or rebuke these culprits and victims of drug addictions.